Nearly 50 years after Edmund Fitzgerald sank in Lake Superior, a team of swimmers will symbolically compete, or I should say complete, the ship's final voyage. You may remember the day the ship sank on November 10, 1975 during a storm. Well, now the swimmers are delivering iron ore to Detroit in a month-long relay honoring the 29 crew members who died. It is a very important symbolic journey. Marathon swimmer Jim the Shark Drayton will lead a team of 68 swimmers from Lake Superior to Detroit to commemorate the sinking of the Edmund Fitzgerald. He joins us this morning. Jim, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. This is a really creative way to obviously honor, remember, and also help a lighthouse. So talk to us a little bit about how did this plan start? What was that moment for you?
Well, thank you and good morning. Yeah, when you come up with an idea and if it's right, you know it's right. I came up with this idea about 10 o'clock at night. I sent an email to the Great Lakes Shipwreck Historical Society at about 2 a.m. And at 9 a.m. the next day, they said they wanted to do it. And that was in the fall of 2023. So we've been working on this for about, a year and a half at least.
Wow.
But, I swam across Lake Superior in 2005, which was the 30th anniversary of the sinking of the Fitzgerald. And I was honored to be able to ring the bell at the museum for the 30th commemoration. And we were reminiscing about that. And that's when the idea came up. I was talking with the retired executive director, and we realized the 50th was right around the corner, and we really needed to do something to keep the memory of the 29 men alive.
So give us the run through in terms of, I think it's 411 miles. Am I right on that?
Yeah, it's 411 miles, and the swim will be broken down into 17 stages. We'll have 17 teams of 4 relay swimmers, and the stages average about 20 to 25 miles. The longest stage is 35 miles across Lake Huron between Michigan's Upper and Lower Peninsula, and we'll start from above the shipwreck, which is with a ceremony. It'll be a very moving ceremony for sure over the wreck to kick off our swim. And then the final destination is Detroit. The ship was carrying 26,000 tons of iron ore. We won't be carrying 26,000 tons, but we're going to be delivering iron ore to Mayor Mike Duggan to symbolically complete this journey and help preserve the memory of these 29 men.
Talk to me about the swimmers. So you got 68 swimmers. You said that all the slots are filled, but you have a waiting list, a backup list in case somebody, it cancels. Who are these swimmers? Are these all like really strong, amazing professional swimmers, or are some, I don't want to say recreational, because I know that the requirement is that you should be able to swim obviously strong for that solid 30 minutes. Talk to me about who these people are.
Well, they are amazing. They are amazing people, but they're swimmers of all different levels. It kind of runs the gamut. We have some elite swimmers, but by the nature of how this is set up, swimming 30 minutes at a time, and then you get an hour and a half on the boat to rest while your 3 teammates each swim 30 minutes. It kind of opens the door to swimmers of various levels. Now, what you have to be is dedicated, and you have to train because at the end of, you have to train hard because at the end of the day, you will have accumulated anywhere from 5 to 9 miles. So you've got to answer that bell every hour and a half, and it's going to kind of wear on you throughout the day. But the excitement's going to help carry us as we're getting closer and closer to Detroit. And these swimmers know they're getting us closer to our goal. And so it's a very great group of people that I'm working with.
What is it like swimming in the Great Lakes, that type of distance? I know you've done this, so give me, because I'm going to tell you, I'm never doing it. So I need to ask you, what is it like?
Well, you got to be ready for everything because especially people who are not from this area, they hear the word lakes, and some people mistake them for these calm, always docile bodies of water. Well, they're freshwater seas. They're larger than some bodies of water on this planet that are actually called seas because they're saltwater. These are freshwater seas, and the conditions can turn on you really, really quick. And storms can whip up. What it's doing in one part of the lake can be different a mile away. Your meteorologist will tell you that being a forecaster in the Great Lakes is the toughest probably place on Earth to be a meteorologist.
Right.
We're up against some real elements out there, and that's usually the toughest part.
And what's the temperature typically for this stretch of the water?
Well, starting in Lake Superior, we're going to be out in the open water, and so we're expecting, somewhere in the 50s.
Ooh.
So we're going to start out a little chilly, but once we hit Lake Huron, and it should keep getting warmer on down to Detroit. And by the time we hit Lake St. Clair, hopefully we're going to feel like we're in bathwater there.
So on these
So
30
we'll,
minute, I was going to say, on these 30-minute stretches, what are you doing, like, mentally? Are you thinking? Are you just trying to get to that 30-minute mark? What's going on in your head?
yeah, everybody's a little bit different, but I think you get into a zone. At least I do. And sometimes I'm thinking about a lot of things. Sometimes I'm thinking about nothing. Sometimes I got a song in my head. I'm just singing it. I'm singing the song. I'm playing music in my head. So everybody does something a little bit different. But I think the excitement, if you're excited about what you're doing and you're attached to the goal, that's what really keeps you going in your darkest hours, because you will face some dark periods where you're pushing yourself physically, and that emotional attachment to your goal keeps you pushing through.
Well, Jim the Shark, we appreciate you giving us the inside look inside of this this really very, very, very important. I want to call it a race, but it's really just also honoring all of the people who lost their lives, and obviously funds raised helping to facilitate the growth and the improvements of the lighthouse. We're going to put all that information on our website, clickondetroit.com, and thank you for your time. We appreciate it.
Oh, thank you so much. Anytime.
Yeah, sounds good. It's cool.